From generations to generations, there has been legends and stories passed on by cultures. The Chinese culture bears no difference, having a variety of popular legends that have been told and even related to Chinese celebrations that we celebrate every year. One of these stories relate to Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year, or CNY for short, is a celebration of the New Year in the Chinese calendar, extending for 15 days. CNY begins on the day where the moon cannot be seen and ends when the moon is whole and at its brightest. This is also a time where red ang paos are given as a sign of prosperity and good luck to the future, and where fireworks are played with. People often dress in their new red or gold clothes to welcome the new year and its good luck. The legend of the Nian monster is such a story that has the elements of Chinese New Year in it. It tells the story of a monster by the name of Nian, which means year in Mandarin, who wakes up every year on the first day of the new year. Upon awakening, the Nian monster rushes into the village, ransacking the place for animals, crops, and even children to eat. It's because of this that villagers began to fear the monster and hid in their homes to avoid the beast. One day, however, an old man came to the village, just before the first day of the new year. He noticed the fear of the villagers and questioned why they were so scared of the beast. They explained how Nian had always came to their village to devour their animals and children. Eventually, the old man told them he would keep the monster at bay, though the villagers were skeptical of the idea. The next day, the monster didn't appear. It didn't come roaring through the village, hungry for food. The villagers were shocked, but brushed it off. It would come back the next day for them. The next day, the monster still didn't appear. This continued for a few more days before the old man said that he couldn't protect the villagers forever. The old man revealed himself as a god who only came to visit the earth. Before he left, he gave advice to the villagers to scare Nian away, to use bright red, loud noises, and strange creatures. And with that, the old man left, leaving the villagers with that. The next day, when the monster came, the villagers were prepared. Having stuck red signs onto their doors and had their children and themselves wear masks, they ran out with drums and firecrackers, beating and setting them off to scare the beast away. The Nian monster, being horrified by the sound and the sight, ran off to his caves, never to be seen again. It is this story that people play with fireworks, have lion or dragon dances, and use red as the main color in CNY. Besides Chinese New Year, there's also another celebration called the Mooncake Festival, or the Mid-Autumn Festival. It's always celebrated on the 15th of the 8th lunar month on the Chinese calendar. This celebration has people celebrate their harvest with the food they've gathered and thus show their gratitude to the moon, as the moon and stars are a way of dictating whether to harvest or plant their crops. There's two stories that intertwine with the Mooncake Festival, both of which are known as Hoyi and the Ten Suns and Chang'e flying to the moon, which can be told separately but tells the story of the Mooncake Festival when told together. The first part of the story tells of a time when the Earth had 10 suns, heating up the planet to the point where plants began to shrivel, crops began to die, and water began to dry out. The people were even having a hard time for the extreme heat from the 10 suns. Eventually, a person by the name of Hoyi, a great archer, steps up to the task and shoots 9 suns down with aim and precision of his arrows and bow. It's with this that the earth begins cooling down, life and water replenishing again. Hoyi is hailed as a hero and after some time marries a beautiful woman by the name of Chang'e. The second part of the story continues where Hoyi, after the shooting of the suns and their marriage, meets the Queen of Heaven. She presents him with an elixir, giving him the power, should he drink it, to become immortal and fly to the heavens. He accepts it and gives it to his wife when he returns home, where, unbeknownst to him, another person by the name of Peng Man was watching him give it to her. When Hoyi went out hunting, Peng Man barges into Hoyi's house and demands the elixir from Chang'e. Knowing that she's unable to fight back, she quickly downs the elixir and gains the powers of immortality, flying to the moon. By the time Hoyi gets back, it's too late. Hoyi realizes what has happened and begins to grieve, calling Chang'e's name to the sky. Surprisingly, he sees a silhouette figure on the moon. With that sight, he takes her favorite food and offers it to the moon as gratitude. Other folk begin to pray to the moon as well, for peace and luck, and that's how the ritual and tradition of the Mooncake Festival came about. The Just like the horoscopes seen in the newspapers like Aquarius and Leo, the Chinese also have their own zodiacs too. There are a total of 12 zodiacs similar to the horoscope, which have the animals in order of the rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. And similar to the horoscope, a person who's born in the year of a certain animal has a different personality and compatibility with people compared to others. It is believed that the animals were picked in place for the zodiacs because of folktale, but the Jade Emperor decides to host a race for the 12 places in the zodiac. The race extends through a forest before moving to a large river, where the race ends. During this time, the rat and the cat were good friends, and the rat managed to convince the ox to take the both of them across the river. During that part of the race, the rat pushes the cat off the ox's back and claims first place by jumping off the ox's back at the finishing line. The ox takes second place. The others follow one by one, and finally, as the last animal crosses the finishing line, the zodiacs are done and set. The Jade Emperor holds a celebration for the winning animals. As for the cat who nearly drowned from the rat's cruel intentions, he hated the rat for doing that. So not only was the Chinese horoscope set from this race, but the cat's hatred for mice came up in the stories as well. Even stories and legends such as these can be related to the celebrations of our modern society and shows no difference in other cultures. It tells a small sweet story that enraptures the readers, but also tells a message towards them too. And that's the beauty about our cultural heritage.